महालक्ष्म्यै नमो ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै नमो ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै ॐ विश्वजनन्यै नमो ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै ॐ विश्वजनन्यै ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमो नमः ॐ विष्णुप्रियायै नमो ॐ धनप्रदायै नमो ॐ विश्वजनन्यै चरण स्पर्श
आशीर्वाद। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। सूत्र नंबर 42। First I chant, then you follow. तदेव साध्यताम तदेव साध्यताम तदेव साध्यताम तदेव साध्यताम तदेव साध्यताम तदेव साध्यताम। In this sutra, the words are like tat eva shadhyatam. Again, tat eva shadhyatam. Tat means that, eva means only, shadhyatam, let it be practiced. In previous sutra, Narad ji said that there are so many means for devotion, and seeker has to have them. There are some requirements like blessing of God, blessing of Guru. Now Narad is saying here, tad eva shadhyatam. Every seeker has to have this target. The devotion should be achieved. Shadhyata means you have already. Seeds are within you. They require just development. So we should develop them in guidance of the Guru, the grace of the Guru. We have vision, divine vision we have already, but it is covered. I can say that not only covered, we have eyes, we have clear vision, but we have closed our eyes. We don't want to see. So this is the only cover. You have ability. What Guru does? He gives a courage to you. Open your eyes. You have already divine vision. So, grace of the Guru, help of the Guru, a seeker should, shadhyatam, this devotion should be achieved. Here, Narad ji said some means, but in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Sri Krishna also described there are so other means also. They would help you. In chapter 16, Lord Sri Krishna said to the Arjun, O Arjun, there are some divine richness. Sometimes we have richness in the world level. We have all objects. We may have good palace, food, clothes, vehicles, everything we have. But inner side, we are so poor. Inner side, we don't have anything. In Lord Sri Gita, Lord Sri Krishna says, O Arjun, now I am describing you. Now I am explaining you what is divine richness. What is divine richness? By this wealth, in worldly level, you may have nothing, but you are rich. You are rich like Dattatreya. You are rich like Shukdev ji. They didn't have anything, but they have everything. So Lord Sri Krishna says, Abhayam Sattu Sansuddhi Jnana Yoga Vivasthiti Danam Damasya Yagyasya Swadhyayasthap Arjava. He gave some qualities in very details, but I will take some from them. First is fearlessness. The seeker should have fearlessness. There is no fear. Fear is because you have some desires. Desires makes you fearful. The seeker should have one desire, desire of devotion, no other desire. Then fear will disappear automatically. And pure heart, abhayam sattva sansuddhi, self-control, and regular study of scriptures, austerity. And he gave so many other things, modesty, purity, freedom. These all qualities are divine qualities. Lord Sri Krishna said, Daivi Sampad. Daivi Sampad means the prosperity, divine prosperity. If someone has inside, the person is rich. And next he says, what is the negative prosperity? He gives name Asuri Sampad, the property like demon. He said hypocrisy, arrogance, dambho darpo vimanascha, rodha parushymevacha. He says hypocrisy, arrogance, anger, ignorance, all are demonical properties. So Lord Sri Krishna says, Arjun, you should have Daivi Sampad. And by this property, Narad is saying, Tad eva sadhyatam. This is your goal. This is your target. You have to achieve it. You must achieve it. In Upanishads, there is written that, I remember the very beautiful quote, Yeched avedi dathasatyamasti. In this life, in this very day, in this very moment, if you have achieved, then everything is okay. If you missed, nothing is good. God has given everything to us. Everything we have. What is required? We have everything. Then, for whom you are waiting? For what you are waiting? This is the better time. This is the best time. It will not come again. So don't wait for Satyug will come. Take action immediately, right now. And you need help from the Guru. Narad is saying, Tad eva sadhyatam. If you have done this work, then you've done everything. If you missed, no matter how much money do you have, no matter how big palace you have, no matter how long life you have lived, no matter how big post you have, everything is useless. Yachedavedi dathasatyamasti. The creation of the God becomes successful, becomes joyful. If you have achieved this target, tadeva sadhyatam, Narad is saying here, the only your work is tadeva sadhyatam. You have to achieve this. And he is saying twice, tadeva sadhyatam. It means there is no other option. A means only. You don't have any other option. You have to achieve this. Take support from the Guru. This is the purpose. In our scriptures, there is a relationship between master and disciple. They both work together. For what? They both work together only for the target, divine. Alone disciple cannot achieve it. And disciple cannot achieve it, master also cannot do anything. If we not give support to the master, how can he do? Master what can do? Like when we walk, we need two legs. By one leg, we cannot walk, we cannot run. The birds fly in the sky. If bird has only one wing, the bird cannot fly. Birds needed two wings. Same, this is the journey of the spirituality, the journey of the God. It has to be completed by disciple and master together. This is the purpose, this is the concept of this relation. They both work together. Sayana bhavatu, sayana bhunaktu. That is why our rishis are praying God, togetherness. Tadeva sadhyatam. So only purpose is disciple and master, this relationship, they should work together and succeed their target. Sadhyatam. So by Guru's grace, seeker will get grace of scriptures because he will reveal the real meaning of the scriptures. The master can reveal the divine meaning of the scriptures. Because of the Guru, God's blessing you can realize. You can see God's blessing. Tadeva sadhyatam. Naradji is giving instructions to seeker. So by your own effort and Guru's grace, you have to achieve this target, this goal. Now, next one. Sutra number 43. Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajyaha. Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajyaha. Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajyaha. This sutra contains the words are Dussanga, Sarvatha eva and Tyajya. Dussanga means evil company. Sarvatha by all means. Eva only. Tyajya to be given up. See the meaning. Evil company should be certainly given up by all means. give up evil company. Now Narad giving some warning to the seeker. Everywhere, two paths are available. In Upanishads, there is written when the Yamaraj was giving knowledge to the Nachiketa, he said, Shreyascha Preyascha, the two objects always are in front of you, good and bad. Every time, everywhere you are, object two kinds, Shreyascha Preyascha. The one who are really good, the one who are not good, but they appears like good. Then we becomes confused. Sometimes they are good, sometimes they are not good. We becomes totally confused. Yesterday that person was giving happiness to me, today he is not giving. Yesterday that person was giving misery to us, today he is giving happiness to us. So we are totally confused. Always in front of us, two kinds of objects are. Here your intellect is required. Your decisions becomes very important. Narad is giving some instructions to seeker. Positive and negative. The paths are positive paths and negative paths. In Upanishads also, in Vivek Chudamani, we had read that. Neti neti, positive and negative. Like there a patient, a diabetic patient, who goes to the doctor and says, I am the patient, I have diabetes. Doctor gives some medicine and says, you take this medicine. Evening, morning, after lunch, dinner. We have to take. And simultaneously, he gives some instructions also. You don't eat this and this and this. Then medicine will work. But the patient says, oh, doctor, give me one more pill, one more medicine. But I don't want to leave this sweet. I love sweet. You can give one more pills. I can have. Doctor will say, yes, I can give. This is my profession. But slowly, slowly, you will need more pills. And he takes twice, thrice, then insulin will start. Finally, doctor will say, no, now you have to stop. You have to stop eating the sweet. Otherwise, your kidney will going to fail. You will die. And the patient lives immediately. Because question is death and life. Narad is giving instructions. If you want become cure, if you want to achieve this target, then you have to go two ways. One is positive, another is negative. Positive, he has said, take this, means Guru's grace, God's grace, Scripture's grace, and do this and that. Now, what you do not do, Give up evil of company. Very important. The company of the evil person. Dushanga. Sang is very important. Sang means association. Association. A very small story comes in my mind. I would like to share with you. There was a painter, very famous painter. One day he thought, I want to make painting of a most beautiful person in this world. I want to make a painting of a person who is very innocent, not ignorant, very innocent, satisfied, unattached from the world, quiet. I want to make a painting, such a beautiful face. So he started searching. He went so many places. He met so many kings. Kings were very rich, but their face was so poor. They had everything, but not satisfaction. He met so many spiritual leaders also, but he was not satisfied. And finally, he found a boy who was living a small, very small village. 5-year-old boy. Very small village. And when he saw his face, immediately clicked. He said, yes, that is the face which I was looking. So calm, so quiet, so contented, so divinity. Anyone could have been seen this divinity. He becomes so impressed. He says, this face, the most divine face in this world, according to me. This boy is most modification of the divinity. So he said to the boy, I want to make a painting of your face. The boy was so simple, so innocent, so calm, so quiet. He says, okay, do whatever you want. The painter painted his face. This painting was appreciated all over the world. So beautiful. Not only painting, because of that face, the expression of the divinity. This painting was so appreciated. It becomes so rare paintings. Everyone wanted to collect that painting because of that beautiful divine face. No other person had such divine face. After 25 years, the same painter thought, now I should make a painting of a face which is like a demon, cruel, like a rakshas, very horrible. And he started searching. He went here and there. He was not so satisfied. And finally, he reached a prison. There was a prisoner who was in prison for lifetime. he made. And the painter saw, immediately strikes. Yes, this is the face. This is the face, I want to paint it. They like a cruel. So cruelty would have been seen. Anyone can see. It is horrible. So he said, okay, gentlemen, I want to make a picture of your face. If you are give permission. And suddenly, the prisoner started crying very loudly. He was going, crying. The painter said, why are you crying? If you don't want to make a painting, I do not make. He said, no, this is not matter. The matter is 25 years before you made a picture, a painting. He said, yes, how do you know? I made a painting of very divine face. The prisoner said, that person, that boy, I was that boy. That time I was the most divinity. I had most divine face. Now, according to you, I am the most cruel man in this world. I had killed 10 persons. According to you, not according to me also. I am so cruel. I am so demon. Now I am thinking what I have done. What I have done in my life. In these previous 25 years, what I have done. I could have done some better things. At least I could have remained like animals. Animals, they have same face. Animals, they do not have smiling face. They cannot laugh. You cannot make them laugh. You have dog, you have cat, any other pets. Whatever condition you give them, they cannot smile. They cannot laugh. They can act inwardly, but they cannot laugh. You cannot make them laugh. You cannot make them smile. Their face is always same. But in human beings, faces can make me laugh. Faces can be cry. Anything can be done with human body, with human face. Because human being is not just a being. Human being is just a process. It is not just a being, it is a process. And this process can go any way. It may go wrong way, it may go right way. How? Narad is saying only the matter is Sangha, your association. Your association will make you divine, or your association can make you demon. Both possibilities are there. Both possibilities are there. Kusanga sarvataiva tyajya. That is why Narad is giving warning strictly for a seeker. We have to give up the company of the evil. What is evil? What is evil? I remember some lines of Surdas. He wrote, he was addressing his own mind. Tajahure man hari bimukhan ko sang. Kabir Das, Surdas was a very great devotee of Lord Sri Krishna. He wrote so many very beautiful, very meaningful for Lord Krishna. He said, "Oh my mind, give up the company of wrong person. And what is wrong? And what is right? He giving a measurement, parameters. He says, by association of any person, in your mind thoughts comes, worldly thoughts comes, then you should understand this company is not good for you. Jinke sang kumati upajat. By company of that person, if your mind goes to the world, Narad says, give up. This is the company of evil person. Any object, any place, not only Narad is not talking about any person, he is giving some instructions, some parameters. If any object makes you disturbed, if any object, any place, any person, whoever, whatsoever makes distraction in your minds, it is a bad company. Sarvathaiva tyajya. Narad ji is saying, Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajya. You have to give up. Sarvathaiva tyajya. So because of any person, because of any object, because of any kind, this is the kusanga. Sometimes we think, once I will do it, what will happen? No. Be careful. Narad is Dussanga Sarvathaiva always. And he is giving some examples. He said, the Prahlad given up his father, Hiranyakashipu. Bharat gave up his mother. Vibhishan gave up his brother. And both become good. So now question will arise, if you are living in a family and your family is, any person is not good for your satsang, your sadhana, then what should you do? Narad ji is saying, it does not mean you leave the family. He says, like Vibhishan was living with Ravan, but he will not with Ravan. So, Dussanga sarvathaiva tyajya, Narad ji says, at any condition, at any cost, you have to give up the wrong company. Now, next one. Sutra number 44. Very big sutra. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Smriti, Bhansaha, Buddhinasa, Sarvanasa, Karanatvat, काम क्रोध मोह स्मृति भ्रंशः बुद्धिनाश सर्वनाश कारणत्वात् काम क्रोध मोह स्मृति भ्रंशः बुद्धिनाश सर्वनाश कारणत्वात्. See, in the Sutra, moha, krodha, kama, krodha, moha, smriti vinsha, buddhinasha, sarvanasa, karanatvat. These words are in the Sutra. The meaning is kama means desire or lust, krodha, anger, moha, delusion, smriti vinsha, loss of memory, buddhinasa, loss of intellect, sharvanasa, total ruin, karanatvat, being the cause of. Now see the meaning. Narad ji says, because it is the cause of lust, anger, delusion, loss of memory, loss of intellect, and total ruin. Previous sutra, Narad ji said, Dussanga sarvatha tyajya. You have to give up the company of evil person. Its sequence is because consequently what will going to happen? Kama, krodha, moha, smriti. As our mind is always in junction point, anytime, anywhere it may go. So that is why every moment, every time, the seeker should be alert. Narad ji is giving here, as Lord Sri Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2. You remember chapter number 2? Lord Sri Krishna says, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa Sangas Teshu Pajayate. Very logical, very scientific, psychological process. What happens for a person? Sri Krishna said, Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa. First, what happens? Because of able person's company, you may get some thought about object. They will make you convince objects are good. Company of able person, what does? They will make you convince that the world is important to you. Dhyayato Vishayan Punsa. Then we started dhyan, meditating. Objects are for what? God has made objects for what? The purpose is God has made the color. You see, no problem. God has made the sound, and same God has made ears also. Listen the sound, see the color, smell. Objects are for sense organs. Their limit is appropriate behavior with the objects is you connect with them by sense organs. Colors are there, just see. It's okay. There may be good color, there may be bad color. Why are you judging? So don't judge. When you are judging, your mind, your intellect involved. You are not watching. You are judging. You are giving judgment. This color is good, this color is bad. Who are you? Who made you judge? You made the colors. You have made the objects. No. We are just giving judgments. This is good, this is bad. Dhyayato vishayan punsa. So objects are only for sense organs. What we do, we take into mind and we start meditating upon the objects. Like this object is very good. We start seeing its quality. Of course, every object has its good and bad effects. Every object, every person, everywhere, two things can be found. Two things can be easily found, good and bad. Up to you. But because of bad company, we start meditating upon the objects and we see its good, its quality. Then what happens? Dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu pajayate. Then we becomes attached. Desires comes in our mind. Very psychological process. Yes, this object is very good, so I want it. Desire comes. Then we started how to get it. Desire comes inside. Then we start thinking how to get it. What is the way? And after that, there is two ways. We can achieve or not. And in both states, we becomes miserable. If you get it, then greed comes again. Whatever you desire and you get. Suppose you desire, you should have 1 million and you got. Immediately you think, oh my God, I just want 1 million. I should have wanted 2 millions. Greed. If you are not succeed, then what happens? Krodha. Narad start from here. Lord Sri Krishna start many steps before. Narad start after some steps later. Kama krodha. So dhyayato vishayan punsa sangasteshu pajayate. Sanga sanjayate kama kamat krodho. Krodha. Then comes anger. Anger comes without reason. Anyone is not responsible. My desire is responsible. Anger is not because of someone. Anger is because of our expectation. So we are searching cause for anger. What is the cause for anger? Narad is saying your expectations, which are given by wrong association, then krodha, kama, krodha, then comes delusion, and loss, memory, and finally the person loses intellect. Intellect is the most powerful means which you have. You may think that your mind is not in your control. I think you think so. Your mind is not in your control, but you are wrong. Your mind is in your control, always in your control. Your mind always follows your intellect. First, your intellect decides this is good, then mind follows. This situation, the person, is good, then your mind always follows. Your mind is not uncontrolled. Your mind is under control, your intellect. But if your intellect does not work, if you know this is the good place to be angry, then it becomes angry. If you know that this place is not safe for anger, then it becomes quiet. So your intellect is the most power. If your mind is not in your control, it means you are not clear vision. You don't have vision clear. If you have clear vision, you have a decision power, then you can tell to a mind, this is the good, and you have to follow these instructions and see, mind will follow. Narad says, Buddhi nasa, because of loss of the intellect, the discriminating power becomes shattered. Confusion is always. Totally confused. We do not know what is good, what is bad. So don't believe to the mind. We are taking very easy way. Mind is not in our control. What we do, I cannot do anything because mind is doing so much activity. First, I should control mind. No, mind is under control, but your intellect should be very powerful. So don't blame. Narad is saying, Buddhi nasat, because the loss of the intellect, you will lose everything. So that is why Dusanga Sarvata Tyajya, the evil company, always should be given up. Now, next one. Sutra number 44. Tarangaita api ime sanga samudrayantihi. Tarangaita api ime sangat samudrayantihi. Tarangaita api ime sangat samudrayantihi. Very beautiful sutra. Tarangaitaha, acting as ripples, api, even though, imehe, these, lust, anger, sangat, by evil association, samudrayanti, become like an ocean. See the meaning? Though the evil tendencies, lust, anger, etc., rise only in form of ripple in the beginning, they become like an ocean as a result of evil company. Narad giving more explanations about evil company, bad association. He said, Tarangaita api imehe. Every human being, even not human being, even gods, everyone has good and bad tendencies. They are rishis, great saints. Because of body structure, so everyone has anger, greed, lust, delusion. Everyone has. Patanjali wrote, only God is always beyond of them. Only God is who never had anger, lust, greed. Otherwise, every human being, rishis, devas, gods, everyone has these anger, lust, greed, everything. Because this is by nature. But they are like taranga, ripples. Very beautiful example. Narad is giving here very beautiful example. In ocean, we see there are ripples. Waves appears and immediately disappears. The waves have no roots. The waves come and go. They do not have any roots. Just appear or immediately they disappear. Same, the great devotee of the God, they also have anger, greed, lust, everything. But these tendencies are like ripples. They appears and immediately they disappears. They will not leave there any traces. You cannot find out this wave was here. Before its formation, after its merge, you cannot find out any trace of the ripples. Same, the great devotee of the gods, they may be angry, but their anger also like ripples. And when comes and go, immediately, without root. Tarangaita amisave. So every human being, these scriptures are only for human beings, not for animals. Tarangaita api ime, these all tendencies are like ripples in the human beings. Now what happens? Sangat samudrayantihi. If association is evil, bad, if someone is in bad company, then its result becomes, anger becomes like ocean, not ripples, ocean. Greed becomes like ocean. Delusion becomes like ocean, not like ripple. And ocean is a reality. That is why there are so many people who know they are angry. They want to get rid of from the anger. They tried, but they will not succeed. Because bad company. Sangha samudrayanti. Narad says, they becomes like ocean. You are well swimmer. You are good swimmer, but you cannot cross the ocean by swimming. Ocean is the only limit. No one can cross. That is why Narad says, everyone has these qualities, these tendencies. If your company is good, then your anger, your greed slowly becomes, disappears. If company is bad, then it becomes like ocean. Both possibilities are there. They may disappear and they may be like ocean. That is why Narad, giving instruction to the seeker, to the devotee, just give up bad company. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate ओम शांति शांति शांति। शंकरं शंकराचार्यं केशवं वादरायणं सूत्र भाष्य कृतौ वंदे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ओम शांति शांति शांति। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत। ओम